Alright, what's up everyone, my name is Kid and welcome to the official Linkin Park album tier list video, where today we are going to be ranking every single album from Linkin Park, starting from Hybrid Theory all the way to One More Light. As you guys can see right here, let it change, the whole tier list, right? We got trash, meh, good, amazing, and godly, meaning it's the best album. Now honestly, I should probably move this to here. So I'm actually really excited for this. I decided to take a week off from Linkin Park just to get my mind straight on what I do like and what I don't like. I did re-listen to the albums on my free time just to make sure my opinions are straight, my opinions are completely settled. And I think I finally got it. I think I'm finally got the perfect scores for each album. Now, before I start the video, first I want to thank you guys so much for all the support showing on the channel, and also recently by checking my analytics, and also only 9.3% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please subscribe. It's free to help the channel a lot. We're actually on the road to 3,000 subscribers. But yeah, other than that, enough talking. Let's get right into the video. I'm very excited for this. Alright, so right off the bat, we got Hybrid Theory, their first album, the studio debut album. That is a godly album. I honestly think it's a godly album. I do. I genuinely do. I think there's not one song on there that is below a W. Most of the songs being actually Diamond. I think it had one song that was an Emerald too. I'm not 100% sure. I actually don't remember. But I really do like this album. I think it's one of those albums I can come back to very frequently and still be surprised each time and still be very energetic listening to it and be very hyped while listening to it. And it's not an album that would really shrink on me. Like, it's still, if anything, re-listening to the album actually made it grow on me more. Next up, we got Meteora, the second album. So with this album, pretty much what they did was they took Hybrid Theory, which is already an amazing album, already perfect album, and somehow they managed to outdo it with Meteora. And that's why it's also going at godly, and honestly, I think it's going to go before Hybrid Theory. I think it's a little higher than Hybrid Theory with Meteora. I think the album is absolutely perfect. I don't think you can literally get better than Meteora when it comes to an album. I think every single song on that album is a W close to a diamond, and I do mean that. There's not one song where I get bored within the first, a little bit of time. Like, I'll listen to a song, because most of those songs are pretty long, but there's not a moment in those songs where I'm actually bored. There's not a moment in those songs where I kind of am hoping that the song is almost over, because I am so invested into each song that it is just so good, and I'm so happy I got to react to that song. And every time I listen to that song, that album, it just gets better and better. So then we get the next album, which is Minute to Midnight, where they pretty much took all the good from the last two albums and kind of went back a few steps. They kind of took like 100 steps and then went about, I don't know, maybe 50 steps back, because this album was good. I don't think it was amazing though. Now, this album did grow on me a lot after I re-listened to it, but I still wouldn't think it's anywhere near Meteora or Hybrid Theory. But I do think it's a good album. I do think a lot of the songs I disliked previously did grow on me a lot. I do think that the reason why, and I think I explained it in that video, the reason why I dislike this album was mainly because, again, the 50 steps back, it kind of like they took the whole charm from the last albums and really just stripped back from that charm. So it's still a good album. I still like the album, but it's just not one of those albums I would really come back to very frequently, just album standalone. Some of the songs I will come back to, but not album altogether. Then you come with 1,000 Suns, which I think, if I remember straight, someone did tell me in the comments that I was right when I said that 1,000 Suns does also translate to an atomic bomb. So I'm gonna put that as amazing, because I really do actually like the story behind the album. I like just the album in general. I do really love. I think every single song on there is really good. I think there's only like maybe one song on there that I wasn't too much of a fan on. I think, was it Iridescent? I think it was Iridescent I disliked, because of how boring it was. But there was actually a lot of songs on there that I really did like, but also there was like, you know, there was like 1 or 2 songs, and there was a few moments where it kind of felt a little dragged on, but it really didn't change much of the scoring of that album. I do still stick with that exact scoring that I gave it. But yeah, it is an album that I will come back to frequently. I think I could come back to that every once in a while and listen to it and enjoy the songs on there. Next up, we got Living Things, which personally has one of my favorite cover arts of all time. I don't know why, it's just such a cool damn cover art. I'm also gonna put that amazing. I know most people will probably put it at meh or trash, but I actually really like the direction they went with this album, having this very gamey feel, gamey style, where it feels like something straight out of a video game, but also have this very metal, punk rock feel. And I think they really pulled that off very well. I think every single song on here slapped. I don't know if there was diamonds on this track. Honestly, don't remember if I gave a single diamond on this track. I would have to go rewatch the video, but this album I could definitely come back to very frequently, and which is why I'm giving it an amazing. I don't think that there is really a bad song on that album, and if there was, it definitely grew on me. But yeah, I really did enjoy that album, and I would again 100% come back to listen to that album. Now, this is where it goes downhill for me personally. Next up, we got The Hunting Party, which definitely grew on me. I will say it grew on me, but not too much. I will give it a mess still. I do think the ideas were there, but the fact that it felt like they took all the things that the last albums had and then kind of stripped back. Right, it kind of stripped back a lot of that feel of every previous album. It kind of felt like they stripped back from that, which I didn't really personally like. Like, some of it was still there. There was still some of that, you know, essence of the old albums there, but there wasn't much of it, which is why I don't personally like it. So yeah, it's not an album that I would really ever come back to. If I do, it's very, very rare, and there was very few songs that I would come back to on that album. And honestly, there are very little songs on that album I would remember, because I re-listened to that album twice already since I've reacted to it, and I don't remember any of the songs on it still, and I've listened to it twice this week. So yeah, I think that's a good explanation on why I'm putting it at meh. Next up, we got One More Light, where I made a video, right? And in that video, I will say I did take the joke very far, and I did elongate that joke way too much. I think I did go on and I dragged that joke on. The reason why I did the joke was because I already reacted to half the album up until Heavy, which I will promise us that Heavy was a first time reaction, but all the songs previous to Heavy I had already reacted to, and then the footage corrupted midway and I had to redo it. So then I was like, you know what, I might as well make it fun for myself because I'm very bored, so I'll just make a joke, and I'll do, I'll put on the sunglasses, I'll put on the beanie and the jacket, and I'll just, I'll do a little bit of a joke. And I will say it did get cringy after the first bit. Now I will say there are 3 songs on that album I do still like, which is Heavy, One More Light, obviously I do think it's still an Emerald song, and then the final track, which I think I forgot the name of, but the final track I do like. But honestly, the rest of the tracks are very forgettable tracks. They're not tracks that I would ever come back to, because they're just very, I don't know, to me personally, I feel like they're very boring songs. There's not much to come back to with those songs. There's not much instrumentally, I feel like, is the biggest problem for me. Lyrically is okay. I think instrumentally is the biggest problem for me, which is why I'm gonna sadly have to put it at trash. One More Light as a single I will put at Godly, because I really do enjoy that song and I do think it's an amazing track. It is a really sad track. It did make me cry in that video, and I will 100% say, and I will 100% admit, that reaction to One More Light was, you can literally tell where the joke just quit, where I just quit with the joke because of how good that song was. So One More Light itself I would put at Godly, but the whole album in general I would put at trash, because I would never come back to any of those songs other than One More Light. Yeah, but that's it. That is my official tier list for the Linkin Park album. Now, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you guys agree with this tier list. Let me know what you guys would change in this tier list. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else I should do on this channel. By the way, I did do the next marathon poll. go make sure you vote on that. So far we have 66 votes on that. I want to see if maybe we can get 100 before we actually do the marathon, so I know people are really what people want me to react to. So yeah, go make sure you vote. Other than that, let me know what else I should react to. Subscribe to the new channel, turn on the post notification bell so notify every time I upload. Go check out my AU2Y, my album of the year, where I leave rankings and reviews and album CPs and songs I react to. I completely butchered that. Also go check out my Instagram, Discord, and all my social media links. As you guys can see, the names are right here now. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys an amazing day, night, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Peace.